Shalom. Allah start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakadash, double honors to the apostles, and elders of great master, salutations to the Fulet, just pushing his truth across the four corners of the earth and all faith, truth, and sincerity. This Amawana back again, sitting. That's what I'm going to real quick. Not gonna make this long. Just going to about, the things going on with Iran, and how this gonna lead to an economic downturn, and eventually, like I say, this economy, this world economy, in the United States, economy is gonna, it's gonna crash. This dollar, and eventually, like I say, something's gonna happen to where, we'll see how things go in the coming months, but something could happen to where, I say, this economy just go all the way out, could lead to like chaos in the streets in America, Babylon the Great, and the problem to the solution. Like I say, order out of chaos, right? Order out of chaos, but the problem to the solution will be, once this economy does crash, this paper dollar be done away. This paper dollar be done away with. When it's useless, like I say, these stores or whatever, maybe, whatever, not taking the dollar no more. We're going to have to take that chip, the C-hip, which is the mark of the beast, And I said, the apostles and Ellsberg and the Berg government, the Lord had is true, teach that the C-hip, the CHIP, the chip is the mark of the beast, and that's what's going to be what you're going to have to buy and sell to function in society going forward. Once this, once the dollar is done away with, it's useless. Debit cards are useless. The only way you're going to have all your information, everything, it's going to be stored on the chip, which is the mark of the beast for you to buy and sell to function in society. That's what's ahead. That's what's coming. So I'm gonna get into. I'm gonna start off with 1 Thessalonians 5:1. But at the times in the season, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. 1 Thessalonians 5:2. For yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord Yahweh Shai, that the Lord Yahweh Shai, the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Read it again. Excuse me. For yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. So Yahweh Shai, when he makes his return, he's gonna come in a thief as a night, like like say a thief, right? When the thief comes in your house, right? Try to enter into your house, you're not aware. You're caught off guard, right? You're not expecting it. You think everything's okay. You're not expecting. You're not expecting it. Somebody to come break into your house. Because you think everything gonna be all right. That's not the case. In this situation right here, America, Babylon the Great, this world, so-called white man, East Side world, it's gonna come to a point where people think that, it's gonna come to a point people think that everything gonna be okay, when it's not, and like I say, right now, people are anticipating, something major gonna happen in America, Babylon the Great, something, looking for, a major event, and something's gonna happen to where, I say this economic downturn is gonna come about. People gonna be, I say, out here losing it. Chaos in the streets, all out anarchy, right? But there's gonna be a problem to that solution. Martial law troops in the streets, right? But there's gonna be a problem to that solution, which I like to say the C-hip, which is the MOTB. That's gonna be mandatory for people to buy, to take, so they can buy and sell and function in this society. That's gonna be the problem solution, but you're gonna have those that are gonna rebel against it, but That's gonna be the problem to the solution where everything seems to go get back to normalcy, right? But it's not the case. Once that come about, that's when that destruction is gonna come upon people when they least expect it. And that's how Lord Yahshua is gonna make his return when people least expect his return. They don't think that he's gonna return, you know. But Yahshua will make his return, you know. But 1 Thessalonians 5:3, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So when they shall say peace and safety, so when they, think everything is okay, once that chip is made mandatory for you to buy or sell, and things get back to normal, you're gonna have people that are going to take it. That's the hour temptation, and people gonna take it. And like I said, the apostles and the elders of Brother Great Millstone, me and Lord teach to not take that chip, which is the MOTB, which is the mark of the beast, or you will be destroyed by Lord Yahushua when he returns. And then, like I said, ultimately the thermonuclear missiles being shot towards America, Babylon the Great. But I said you had these other nations, that want to shoot missiles on America. Threat, wars and rumors of wars, threaten, shoot missiles at America, whatever. But everything's of the will of Lord Yahushua, his time. Lord Yahushua time, will, his time, he's in control, he's gonna come back and bring his wrath and judgment down on this place, America, Babylon the Great. He's gonna get that credit, he's gonna get that, that praise, of destroying this place, America, Babylon the Great. Ain't gonna be China, everybody talking about China gonna be the next superpower rulers, no. The next superpowers and rulers gonna be is the so-called Negro, Latino natives, which are the Israelites, but starting with the elect. Lord Yahushua, King David, the house of David, 144,000, the elect, and the 1/3 number, Israelites, the elect. Those that of that righteous number that gonna be delivered. But the next rule is gonna be like the men of the Lord, house of David, Yahushua, King David, house of David, 144,000 men to govern the body. That's gonna be the next rulers, of the planet Earth and more. That's gonna be the next rulers. Ain't gonna be no China, But like I say, people like say, once that comes about, the new way of buying and selling, the new currency is gonna be by way of that chip. Like I say, once this economy crash, people can't use the paper dollar because it's gonna come one day. People gonna wake up, go to the store or whatever it may be, and they can't use the paper dollar. They can't access their money at a bank or whatever unless they got that CHIP. They got to put in their right hand on their forehead. They gonna have chipping stations set up, for people to get chipped. And in order for you, to buy and sell, because like I said, they're gonna get chaotic out here. Like once that dollar crash, like I said, the problem to the solution is that chip. They're gonna roll out that chip to be mandatory. The economic downturn that's what's ahead. Right now, with the gas price going up, and we'll see, and it could keep going up, and things going up more and more, and people, and this dollar is gonna collapse. It's gonna crash. The stock market, all this shit gonna crash, right? Crash of all crashes is gonna happen, and like I said, and it's gonna lead to the C hip, the chip, which is the MOTB, the mark of the beast. Once that's made mandatory, people think everything gonna be okay. Everything gonna come, get back to some normalcy, whatever. But it's not. That's when the Lord Yahushua, is gonna bring that wrath and destruction down upon America, Babylon the Great. That's when the Lord Yahushua, gonna make his return. I say, and then, got the peace talks will have, peace talks or war, to stop the situation that's going on in Iran and U.S. But we'll see how that goes. But the thing is, to look for right now is the economic downturn, because this situation, I say with Iran, with the oil and so forth, and it's gonna lead to economic downturn, and I said eventually it's gonna crash. This economy is gonna crash. I said the dollar is gonna be useless, and then like I said the MOTB, which is the market, the chip, the CHIP, the chip, which is the market of the beast, will be mandatory. Will be mandated for you. In order for you to, you're gonna have to take it. You're gonna have to take it in order for you to buy and sell. And like I said, when that destruction come, by Lord Yahushua, ain't nobody gonna escape the wrath and judgment of Lord Yahushua when he returns. And I say the missiles, being shot towards America, Babylon the Great. Ain't nobody gonna escape it. The only ones that gonna escape it is the elect. The elect of the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Israelites is the only ones that's gonna escape the wrath and judgment of Lord Yahushua when he returns. Lord Yahushua when he returns. And Yahushua when he returns, bring down his wrath and judgment down upon America, Babylon the Great, and deliver his elect from, the wrath and judgments, that's gonna come down upon this place. But upon this place, America, Babylon the Great. We're gonna go from there. 1 Thessalonians 5:4. But you, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. So like I say, the elect is not gonna be overtaken. The men of the Lord gonna have their spiritual antennas up, and continue to, teach this word and prophesy the downfall of this place, America, Babylon the Great, to give you the understanding of this word until Lord Yahushua, take this word away, take the truth away, take the apostles off the streets, once it's things get chaotic in America, Babylon the Great, I said this system, this economy, collapse, this society starts to collapse, so, but the men of the Lord gonna have, the spirit on them, the truth, and wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the word, until the coming of the Lord Yahushua. But on this verse, 1 Thessalonians 5:5, ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. So the elect of the so-called Negro, Latino, natives, and men of the Lord, are the children of the light, and not of the children of light in the day and not of the night, or nor darkness. Because, saying 2/3 of the Israelites, they of this ways America, Babylon the Great in this world. They in the darkness. They not. They don't have the understanding of the word, Lord Yahweh. They don't have the truth. They don't believe in what the apostles, Brother Graham, don't teach. They believe in whatever, right? Muslim, or being a Muslim or whatever, right? Believing in false doctrines that's going to destroy them. Or just being the ways of this world. Caught up in the lustful things of this world, right? That's going to get them destroyed. And not, and not, and not having this truth, that the apostles and the elders, Brother Graham don't teach and push. And I'm saying only the elect is going to keep this word and truth to the end. And keep on believing Lord Yahushua to the end, no matter what comes upon them. But on this verse 1 Thessalonians 5:6, therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. So you're gonna have people gonna fall asleep, don't fall gonna be this folks sleep now, still sleep as far as they not knowing what's going on around them. They just lost. They in darkness. They sleeping. They comfortable within the society in this world. You know, they don't have their antennas up. They don't have their spiritual antennas up to know what's really going on around them. You know, only the men of the Lord, you know, the apostles and the Ellsberg, brother, great minister don't have that spiritual, you know, antennas up. You know, and have that light, you know, of the word of the Lord, understanding the prophecies of what's going on and what's to come. You know, and being sober in His truth and wisdom, knowledge, loyal about society. You know, being, you know, sober in His truth. But 1 Thessalonians 5:7. For they that sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. So I say, those gonna be sleep. I say gonna be sleeping. Thinking that nothing's gonna happen here in the United States of America. You have those people that think that everything gonna be all right. Ain't nothing gonna happen in America. Nothing's gonna happen. Everything America gonna solve its problems like it always do. And nothing gonna happen. They go, still gonna party and bullshit, whatever, keep going on with their day to day, think everything is gonna be all right, right? They don't think that nothing is gonna happen in America. Babylon the Great don't think that this economy is not gonna crash. It's gonna hold strong, whatever. That ain't gonna be the case, So catch a lot of people off guard, and I say the return of Lord Yahushua gonna catch a lot of people off guard, because I say people gonna have their guard down, not knowing, they're not gonna have that anticipation of Yahushua making His return. They're gonna be caught up once He pop up. Yahushua pop up on them. Get caught with your pants down tight. Get caught. Oh no. And I say, me myself for foremost. I keep, me myself. Hopefully, I'm part of righteous number, and the Lord Yahushua have mercy on me, and I, keep my spiritual antennas up, and keep my, keep this understanding, wisdom, understanding that I have understanding of this truth. Keep my faith unto the end, and and be aware and understand what's going on, the times that what's going on around me. Understand the times, right? Know what's going on around you, and not be naive like a lot of people. Most people out here is naive, man. They don't know what's going on. They don't know. Some people still don't know what's going on for real right now. They just, like I said, they get up and go to work or whatever. They just live their life like whatever. It's gonna be all right. America, ain't nothing gonna happen in America. We're gonna take care of it. They're proudful mindset of people like, America gonna be okay. We're gonna be good. Now you have some people that they even some Edomites, right? They be on these platforms. They know that they see some, they see this place America, Babylon the Great, is not going in the right direction. But you had those naive ones like, man, Trump doing good, yeah. Keep going. We're gonna be all right. That's not the case, man. This place is gonna be destroyed, man. But like I said, Yahushua, like I said, when Yahushua makes his return, a lot of people not gonna expect it. They're not gonna expect it. They're not gonna be anticipated, because when He do make his return, he'll catch them off guard. And people that do desire the day of the Lord, what end is for you? The scripture go into that, because either you're gonna be delivered or destroyed. And the only ones that gonna be delivered is the elect of the so-called Negro, Latino natives, which are Israelites. Hopefully, I'm probably right number, but 2/3 Israelites and everybody else gonna be destroyed. When Lord Yahushua makes his return, and bring His wrath for judgment down upon America, Babylon the Great. But matter of fact, hold on. And like I say, they that be drunken are drunken tonight. So that those that be drunken, drunken in the philosophy of this world, being, indulging in this wickedness and so forth of this world, and different philosophies, that's gonna get them destroyed. 1 Thessalonians 5:8. But let us who are of the day be sober, put on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet the hope of salvation. So, I said that's the elect. The men of the Lord that has truth. They're gonna be sober in the spirit, Lord Yahweh Shai. This truth, and not going into other doctrines, or keeping the faith in Lord Yahweh Shai, and having love for this truth, and unto the end, keeping that hope of salvation, and believing, keeping the faith and hope and believing in Lord Yahweh Shai, and hope in His mercy and deliverance, from his wrath and destruction, that he gonna bring upon America, Babylon the Great. Me myself, hopefully, I keep my faith, to the end. I endure it to the end. Keep pushing, keep believing, in Lord Yahweh Shai, and push this truth. What I know to the best of my ability. So with that, I didn't want to make it too long. I was gonna stop right there. I just want to go into that. So again, hope this was edifying. So again, I like to give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahshua, by Hashem Hakadash, to the apostles, elders, to the Sisakian brothers, to the few Akwaf sisters that do listen, keep the faith, and Yahshua keep fighting with that. Say Shalom.